practicing now for 3 years, and I've been at the same firm, practicing the same area of law since the past 3 years. And I would like to share my experience as to where I'm at right now. How do I feel about it? What do I think? And just some of my thoughts that I've been thinking about lately. Now that I've been practicing for 3 years, I have realized that practicing as a lawyer is always learning new things. When I started out, I used to think that once I finish 3 years or 4 years, I will know everything. But that is not true. I still think that there's a lot to learn, and I still feel like I want to learn more. But the only thing that has changed now, after practicing for 3 years, is having the confidence and trust in myself that I will figure it out. Because in the beginning, you don't know exactly what you're doing and you don't know how to figure it out. Over the years, once you do the same thing over and over again, so for example, I've been practicing the same area over and over again, I now feel like, okay, if I don't know anything, I will be able to figure it out. And if I don't know how to figure it out, I know where to look and who to ask. That's the one thing that has changed, surprisingly, in a good way. And I feel like this is a very big change because in the beginning, I felt that because I'm a new lawyer, I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I do have the help. I had the mentorship. I had someone who I could ask questions. But at the same time, I felt really stressed out because I didn't feel confident that I will figure it out. And it's quite common because I've never done it. And so with more experience, you get a little bit more confident and feel a lot more safer because no matter what happens, I now know what to do. And if I don't know, I know who to ask. And I know that if I ask my boss, he will help me out no matter what. It's the kind of relationship that I've built, or the kind of work environment that I'm in, that no matter what happens, even if I screw something up, which I haven't up until now, thankfully, there's somebody who will back me up. So it's over the years, you develop a little bit of comfort with people around you, also comfortable with your own abilities, and yeah, but at the same time, I still cannot say that I know everything. Every day is a learning opportunity for me, and I try to learn and I try to do new things. So after 3 years, can I say that I am like really experienced? I don't know. I am experienced, and I would like to be. I would like to continue to do that. But at the same time, it's like I'm always learning. After practicing for 3 years, I sometimes still feel like, oh my God, how did I get here? Sometimes I'll have a case which I worked so hard on, and I was so stressed out about that, and I'll receive a decision, a positive decision, and then sometimes for me it's that moment, oh my gosh, like how did I get here? And I experienced this a lot in my career because, again, I moved to Canada. I never thought I would be here. Growing up, it was you would only see this on TV, or you would only watch people do this on television, or I never thought that I would be in Toronto one day working at a firm as an immigration lawyer and doing the things that I like. So sometimes it's that moment where I work so hard on a case and I'm just like, oh, I feel really grateful for the opportunities that I got and the work that I put in. So even after 3 years, I felt like maybe I would just experience it in the beginning because it's so new. But even after 3 years, still to this day, sometimes I will get a situation where I'm like, I really made a difference in someone's life, and I'm so grateful for it. It seems like a very rewarding career, and even after 3 years, if I'm doing the same case over and over again, I'm working with different people, different circumstances. So it's yeah, like sometimes I'll have those moments where I'm like, oh, This is me. I am doing it. One of the other things that I have now learned after practicing for 3 years is also understanding when you are at a point when it's too much. So we're all human, and we all have a point of where you feel too stressed out, or this is too much work, or I don't know if this is something that I want to continue doing, or whatever it is. In the beginning, you're learning, and I think when you're learning, you should take on any opportunity that you get. That's how I think. Sometimes people don't want to do that. That's fine. But for me, in the beginning, I wanted to take on any opportunity that I got because I was learning. After 3 years, when you do things over and over again, I've also learned to understand when is it that I need a break. Because in the beginning, I never allowed myself to take a break because I was like, I need to learn. I need to be perfect at what I'm doing. Now, more so, I'm more like, I said this in one of my previous videos too, is that, I will always have to learn, but it's understanding when it's time for you to take a break, and also take your mind off the stresses of work, because it is a stressful job. At the end of the day, I'm dealing with people's lives. Again, not like a doctor, but I'm dealing with people's immigration, and it's important to them, and it's important to me too. And I care about my clients, so I sometimes will think about them even after work, or what's happening with that case, or what's happening with this case. But in the beginning, I wouldn't be able to stop. I would be continuously thinking about it, even when I left work. Now I feel like I'm at a point where I'm still not perfect at it, and I still do it, but I'm getting to a point where I'm able to do what I can to the best of my ability, and then when I leave, I try to focus on other things. So that's one of the skills that I feel like after 3 years, I'm getting better at it, which is exciting because I feel a lot more relaxed than I did before. But it is a process. And as long as you recognize it, I feel like that is important. Last thing that I want to share after 3 years of practice that I've learned is that, you get what you put into your career. And if you want to make money, and if that's your only goal, then you can. This is one of the professions where, you have a license. If you want to make money, you can. If you want to enjoy life and make money, you can also do that. It's what you make out of it. If you want to just work and put your head down and make a lot of money, that's possible too. But it is what you put into this career and what you want out of it. And I've been very fortunate to be working at a place where I've always been given the flexibility to do what I like and kind of build it the way that I want to. And a lot of people can do that because it's what you make out of it. If you want to learn, and if you want to be good at what you're doing, you can't do it if you're not putting in the extra effort. So it is up to you. After 3 years, I am happy that I've put in the work, and I would like to continue to put in the work. But it's a lot about what you want out of this career. And yeah. Just to summarize everything that I've done in my career, all the hard work and everything that I did, I'm really happy about it. In the moment, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But certain things I feel like you have to do, even if you don't like them, for you to get the reward a little bit later. And that's something that I have learned now. After practicing for 3 years, I do see the results. I do see that I'm a lot more confident in what I do, and I feel like I'm able to handle things better. If I didn't do that in the first 2 years of my practice, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. So any work that you put in, it's gonna reward you one day or the other. Something that I've learned after practicing for 3 years. We'll see. If I look back at this video after 6 years and be like, I don't know, maybe I'll be a different person. Who knows?